Welcome to the first ever episode of Total Cover. My name is Jake, this is my brother Zach, and today we're going to be talking about D&D's jack of all trades, the Bard.
So, what is a bard? You have the classic bard, the musicians and the actors. These are bards that get played an awful lot, and a lot of people really hate this bard class, but I personally love bards.
I think bards are great. I like bards. There's no reason to hate on bards.
Yeah, I know. Bards have gotten a lot of hate over the years, okay?
Yeah.
They rule, all right? They rule.
They're a good class. They're very good all-around class, very well-rounded. They can basically do everything, as far as I'm concerned.
Hence the title Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
A lot of people will play to this trope, but they could also be diplomats, advisors, oral historians, even merchants. And my personal favorite wild card is the snake oil salesman bard that has to go from town to town because everyone will find out that he's been cheating them.
Yeah.
It's
a great way to play a dramatic campaign. Always going to have enemies no matter what. You play that class.
Mm-hmm.
That way.
Gotta get out of town, guys. We gotta go.
Why do we always gotta get out of town? We just got here.
Ernie's
quest
elixir
right now.
Ernie's elixir is the #1 seller right now, and we just have to go.
It's only a matter of time before they figure out it's salt water. This tastes like salt and water.
The bard can, be the face of the party. This is a common term used. The face, the social interaction character. So if you've got to negotiate with merchants or talk to a royal family or, figure out some evidence in order to get to the next scenario, a bard is often called upon because they have so many skills.
Absolutely. Last time I checked, bards have knowledge everything?
It's true. They do have knowledge everything.
Knowledge everything.
Knowledge everything.
Everything.
And lore bards in 5e just get crazy with the amount of stuff that they know.
Mm-hmm.
But being the face can take on a lot of different roles. It's not just necessarily social interactions. It can also be like you're about to head into a combat and you want to try to talk your way out of this.
Yes. I primarily DM. Okay, so basically what I look for, like, when I'm DMing is I think it's just as effective to end a combat through social interaction than it is through killing the enemy. So basically, if a bard talks his way out of a combat, I kind of treat it like that bard just defeated X amount of enemies, really.
Right.
It's like there's no reason to put one above the other. I think they're equally as effective a strategy.
Yeah, bloodless experience.
Yes.
You sometimes...
Yeah, sometimes it's just not nice to leave a trail of bodies behind you your entire campaign. Maybe it would be nice to have a diplomatic campaign for once.
Well, classic murder hoboism.
Yeah.
It gets a little out of control. But, sometimes words don't work out. And that's when it's time to draw steel.
Yeah, when one of these falls the wrong way.
Yeah. Occasionally you roll a 5 on your diplomacy check and it just descends into madness.
Yeah.
But when the steel comes out, bards aren't useless. They've got a lot of different things that they can do.
Absolutely.
They're primarily a support caster, so they're going to have buffing and debuffing spells. When you give the barbarian extra constitution or extra strength, he's going to get more recce.
Mm-hmm.
If you cast Owl's Wisdom on the cleric, all of a sudden all of his spells are harder to resist. Or if you give the wizard increased intelligence, then all of his spells are harder to resist. Or you can cast haste or invisibility or illusions to prevent the enemy from seeing you.
There's a ton of things you can do, and not only buff your party, but you can debuff the enemy party. That's another thing. Reduce their chance to hit. Confuse them.
The classic slow spell.
Yeah.
Confusion, fear effects, charms. You've got it all. And if this doesn't work, pull out a bow. Start shooting.
Yeah. There's really, there's nothing they can't do. We can't stress that enough. The bard can basically, like you said, you can fire with a bow, you can buff the party, you can debuff the enemy party, you can talk your way out of situations. You can basically play any character concept that you can come up with can usually be turned into a bard somehow. I mean, like, it is really the everything class. There's no reason not to like this class. Pretty awesome class.
It is a very awesome class, and one of their main mechanics that's used across multiple systems is bardic inspiration. In Pathfinder, it's more of like an aura, kind of like paladins from Diablo 2, where you make everyone around you better, and everyone gets pluses to hit and their damage, and there's another version for skill checks and counter songs, etc. In 5e, it's a little bit more direct. Like, I'm going to inspire you.
Yes.
And you tell them some nice words like, wow, have you been working out?
Yes.
And then now they get an extra d6 to hit if they need it, or to pass their save, or whatever it might be. I really like 5th edition Bard rules.
They are really, really powerful in 5th edition. They are really, really something else. They're already super knowledgeable in Pathfinder, but in 5e, it's just pumps it way, way up.
Yeah, the addition of Healing Word as a bonus action, if you have a bard in the party, it's going to be really hard to drop one of the players. We've noticed that 5e is kind of hard to kill people, especially coming from Pathfinder, where everyone was just dead all the time.
Yeah. I'm sorry I killed someone here.
No, you're not. But my favorite bards outside of Dungeons and Dragons would have to be like Sona from League of Legends. Mm-hmm. I like healing people and dealing that damage and hitting them with the stun. I just think she's all around cool, and I've kind of made some bards in the game after her. I also love Kubo from Kubo and the Two Strings, that opening sequence where he's got the origami paper dancing with each other.
Pretty cool stuff. If you haven't seen Kubo and the Two Strings, you should probably
it's a great movie.
See that movie.
It's a great movie.
It's on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Everybody has Netflix.
Shakespeare is often called the bard, and then I guess my favorite real life bards would be Tenacious D, because sometimes you have to fight a demon with music. Mm-hmm. How about yours? What are some of your favorite bards?
I was going to say, there's just really one that comes to mind for me. This is kind of obscure. Like, maybe not everybody knows these
the nerds
guys.
The nerds know.
So, okay, we'll test their knowledge. If anybody's familiar with Kung Fu Hustle, there's a couple of bad guys. I'm pretty sure they're unnamed, but it doesn't matter. They're playing a couple instruments, and they are... how do you pronounce that? It's the
Goose Hang.
We had to
look it up. We had
to look it up because I don't think they mentioned their name at any point. But the point is, they've got these instruments, and then you've got the guys running down the alleyway or whatever, and they're playing these instruments and just like cutting people's heads off. It's just go watch the movie. It's super, super cool, and it'll really get the point across, like kind of what a bard does.
Well, I think we've kind of covered everything. I mean, any final thoughts on bards for you?
Final thoughts on bards for me? They're an awesome class, and I feel like they're underappreciated.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's kind of beyond me. Maybe it's because they're not the best at one thing or something like that. Like, you can't go smash all the enemies as a bard, and you're not going to be casting the most powerful spells as a bard or something like that, but you can basically do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So it's like you'll always have a part in the party. It's very rare that you can totally shut a bard down. Whereas like a fighter, you can most times you can find a way to shut a fighter down, shut down a primary spellcaster, like something like that. But bards, they'll always have something.
Oh, hey! Oh, you're here to ruin our first video?
What?
Oh.
What is this?
There you go.
Camera crew.
But final thoughts, I guess, bards are really jacks of all trades, master of none. Yeah. They're social characters, and just have fun with your bard. But bard is not really a very serious class. I mean, I suppose they could be if you wanted to be like an orator. Like, I always kind of imagine Julius Caesar as kind of like a bard type. I think that would be a really fun bard archetype to play, but...
Definitely. Like you said, just have fun with it. Like I really feel like the biggest part of playing a bard is not really, it doesn't really come down to the dice, but it's how you say the things you say, how you do the things you do, and really you can add so much to the story that's already there being told by your game master, your dungeon master. And I mean the bard is kind of like a little story creator. Like, I mean, it's such an interesting class, and it's such an important part of the game if you've got one in your party. It's really,
they make everyone better.
They really do.
And they're just kind of fun to be around. So that has been our first episode of Total Cover. Be sure to like and subscribe this video. Also, be sure and share it with your friends. Check out the links to our Patreon below. And we hope to see you next week. Now it's time for the roleplay outro.
There we go, the roleplay outro.
Yeah, he thought I forgot.
I thought he forgot. It's the first episode. Not totally unreasonable.
That's why we have notes.
Need another beer. Camera crew?
All right.
The three of you are walking through Widow's Woods. The woods around you are thick. It is a poorly lit trail, but still preferable to the hostilities of Hamburg. Once again, your foolish business ventures have landed us in hot water with the locals. If not for you, we'd be on King's Road, not goblin dodging in the forest.
I don't hear you complaining when the proceeds from Eddie's miracle juice finance your magical doodads.
Shut up! Both of you! This is orc-infested territory. Doodads? Doodads? The complexity of my arcane research is beyond your ability to comprehend, you vagabond.
All I know is that Eddie's miracle juice is the only thing keeping this expedition afloat. And if you could keep a straight face, we wouldn't be in Widow's Woods.
Enough! I have half a mind to bind and drag you both. Probably be quieter that way. Up ahead, there's a crossing. Roll perception. What'd you get?
9.
9. Okay.
Stop worrying, Friedrich. Nothing ever happens.
Wouldn't be so sure about that. A towering orc wielding a great axe exits the thick of the woods. Scars cover his face. A red gauntlet tightens around the grip of the axe. Drop your weapons or I'll gut you like a fish. Damn it.
Psst. Potential investors. Do I recognize these guys?
Roll knowledge local.
23.
Okay, you recognize him as Nash, captain of the Red Hand Orc tribe, a band known for their savagery and their participation in the slave trade.
Nash? Is that you, buddy? It is, isn't it? How have you been? Long time no see. It's me, Eddie. Remember? Your mom's still the worst cook in town?
Roll bluff, Eddie.
24.
I think I do. Mom's fine. Still missing a leg. Gnome stew's gotten better, though.
Your color's a little off there, Nash. You feeling all right? Last time I saw you, you were a vibrant green, positively glowing.
What is going on? Nash looks himself over, his face showing signs of worry. Do you really think so? I've been out of the sun in these woods for a week.
Oh dear, oh dear. Don't worry, friend. I've got just the thing for you. Here it is. Eddie's Miracle Juice. 5 drops of this will have you feeling like a new orc.
Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to try. Does it work?
Does it ever? See my friend Magnus here? Used to be a leper. Covered in boils. Hideous. Now look at him. Solid 4 out of 10. Isn't that right, Magnus?
Yeah. Yikes. Roll bluff, Magnus. 6. Nash's expression changes. The jig is up. His crooked lips form a scowl as he raises his axe above his head. Lies! All lies! Roll initiative.
Damn it, Magnus. Keep a straight face.